The U.S. Supreme Court heard oral arguments today on the future of the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare. Conservatives hope the court will toss out the entire law despite Congress repealing the individual mandate. Fox News correspondent Lauren Blanchard tells us which way some of the jurists are leaning.
We're going to do everything in our power to ease the burden of health care on you and your families.
President-elect Joe Biden, along with his Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, laid out their plans for the future of the Affordable Care Act, the landmark health care law put in place while Biden served as the vice president.
This doesn't need to be a partisan issue. It's a human issue.
For the last 4 years, the Trump administration has tried to do away with the legislation, even taking it to the Supreme Court, which heard oral arguments on Tuesday with the new, decidedly right-leaning bench.
The mandate as it exists today is unconstitutional. It is a naked command to purchase health insurance, and as such, it falls outside Congress's enumerated powers.
Even with the 6-3 majority, it appears as though at least a couple of the conservative justices may not rule in favor of tossing Obamacare in its entirety.
I think it's hard for you to argue that Congress intended the entire act to fall if the mandate were struck down when the same Congress that lowered the penalty to zero did not even try to repeal the rest of the act.
Democrats say removing the health care law would leave some 23 million Americans uninsured with no backup plan in place. This as Republicans have begun pushing back on the incoming administration's priorities.
I think the election made it very clear that people across this country reject the agenda that was put forward by the Democrats.
The ruling likely won't come until mid-next year, and if the new Congress reinstates the penalty for not having insurance, it makes this case irrelevant. At the Supreme Court, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Eating chili peppers could keep your life spicier and longer. That's according to a new Cleveland Clinic study. Researchers looked at health records of more than 570,000 people in the U.S., Italy, China, and Iran. It showed those who regularly eat chili peppers had a 25% lower risk of dying from any cause compared to those who don't. Previous research has shown that capsaicin, a compound in chili peppers, has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties.